Perfect timing. Is that all right? That's all. That's describes all in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. What's up, Vince? How's it going, my man?
Bro, I believe you owe me some money.
I
I
owe you some money. I don't bet, but make it good because
I believe I said Drew was joining Judgment Day, and you said he wasn't.
Well, that didn't prove that he joined Judgment Day.
The handshake?
Yes, that doesn't prove that he joined Judgment
Day. I think that's proof to me, man.
It shows that he's in cahoots with Judgment Day, but that does not show that he joined.
Maybe he's a man for hire.
Yes, he's a hired gun. That's what.
Maybe, man. Maybe.
So it looks like he will be the 5th person in the team Judgment Day and Drew, and that's is going to mark a return of who? Who's your prediction?
I would think Orton. No,
that would be my prediction as well. Yes, Randy Orton. So there's rumors that they may advertise Orton early just so the fans can stop talking about the Punk rumors. Did you hear about that?
No, but I could understand that.
Yeah. You think that's a good call?
What's that?
You think that's a good call?
I think so, probably.
Yeah. It makes sense because you don't want to have people, especially in Chicago, they'll be chanting CM Punk for that mystery 5th person, and then voices come out, oh, he would get booed. You know what I mean? So especially being in Chicago. So all right, Vince, what do you think of the Raw? Just give me a 30,000-foot view first.
Oh my God, bro! I'll tell you what, I'm shocked over one thing.
Okay,
bro, when you are a babyface, you never ever guarantee a victory if you're gonna lose. I mean, Cody guaranteed a victory at the top of the show, and I thought for sure that the babies were going over before that. You never, I mean, bro, a baby face has to live up to his word. If he doesn't live up to his word, then that's when the crowd and the fans start losing, getting behind him. I was shocked by that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that's, Dusty's his dad, so he should know that type of psychology when it comes to match promos and things like that. So he should be knowing that in his sleep, man. So
when you're a baby face, bro, you cannot guarantee victory and then not win. You can't.
Makes sense.
But bro, that first segment off the bat, bro, 20 minutes to make a match. That whole segment was 20 minutes to make that, that match up top with McDonough and Dom against Zayn and Rollins that turned into a brawl, which was the same exact thing they did last week. We saw an angry Pierce again, which was the same exact thing that we saw last week.
He didn't take his glasses off this week.
He did not take his glasses off, bro. But basically,
you should take your glasses off and say WarGames.
Yeah, I should, but then I wouldn't be able to read my notes.
Oh man. Yeah. You can put it back on after you say WarGames. Come on.
Come on, bro. I wouldn't do Adam Pearce.
Look at the camera and say WarGames. Yes. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I put on my wrestling face there, bro.
You just made the GIF of the year right there.
I just put my wrestling face.
Yes. Intimidation personified, ladies.
Yes.
All right, let's get into a couple super chats, man. Nasir with 199. Chiefs and Eagles.
Wow.
Luck Raw.
You're right about that, Nasir. Wow. Good luck.
Indeed. Top Dog 499 super chat. Who would you say? Who would y'all say are the biggest wrestlers of the 2000s?
2000s.
So it's been 23 years in 2000 so far. So I guess let's do the 2000 decade. So 2000 to 2010. Cena,
Rock,
Taker.
Austin.
Not necessarily
2000s. No.
Yeah, that's true because they were still around between 2000 and 2003. but
Cena.
Yeah, Cena. Yeah, he became a thing in like 05. Like that was his main event time. He started. Well, Taker. I mean, he was a mainstay. Triple H.
Yeah, probably. You have to say Triple H.
Yeah, Triple H. Who else was around during that time? Who did Cena? Orton. Yeah, Orton. Orton was still around.
I didn't watch any WWE, bro, from 2000 to like 2012. Nothing.
I told you, man, you should even if you put it behind a paywall, man, or put on your YouTube page, you should watch every episode from when you left to when you started watching again.
Yeah,
make it a weekly thing.
I'd say Kurt Lesnar, right?
Oh yeah, Kurt and Lesnar. Well, yeah, because Kurt. Do you think? Let's go here because a lot of we get a lot of feedback of people liking us going off script when it comes to Raw and talking about other stuff. So when it comes to like Kurt Angle, we get a lot of positive feedback of people wanting us to do that. So when it comes to Kurt Angle, do you think that his TNA run, I wouldn't necessarily say hurt his career because it didn't, but do you think that if he would have stayed in WWE that whole time, his career would have been bigger than what it is now?
Bro, I don't even think he could. I don't even think that was an option.
Yeah, it wasn't an option.
Yeah, where he was at that point in his life, I don't think that was an option.
Yeah. He just the continued abuse of alcohol, opioids, and so it's one of those things that, say for instance, if he would have gotten clean, and he would have stayed in the WWE that whole time, do you think that would have elevated his career more than what just kind of like a 10,000 foot view of Kurt Angle's career? Do you think TNA
I think it would have, bro. Nobody was watching TNA compared to Raw. You know what I mean, bro? So I think it definitely would have.
Yeah. I mean, Raw had much bigger numbers than TNA. Well, in the 2000s, because you ended up getting what, 2 million?
Yeah.
And you were there from when to when?
Man, I was there pretty much the whole time, and I just left for a couple of hiccups.
And when you stopped when?
2012.
So you were there from 2002 to 2012,
but I left
a couple of times. You left.
Actually, I think I just left once. I left once.
Okay, so you were there for the first 10 years for the most part.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And Angle came in what, 06, 07?
I was there when Kurt came in.
Okay, so you were there for about 5 or so years with him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think with Kurt, of course, Hall of Fame career. He's a WWE Hall of Famer, but it is an interesting thing. Of course, SK Nation, let us know your thoughts. When it comes to that, because it, to your point, have you seen his documentary yet?
No.
It's really good, man.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Really good. Yeah, definitely really good. And it's just one of those things you just kind of, in hindsight's 2020, and it's worth discussion, to have these type of discussions, what ifs. And I do think that Kurt Angle's career would have been on a different plane. It's legendary, but I do think it would have been on a different plane if he would have been in WWE.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because more WrestleManias, like more WrestleManias for him to have, showcase. Now the time that he was there, he had some really good WrestleMania matches. Brock Lesnar, Shawn Michaels, he had some really good matches there. But the triple threat with Jericho and Benoit, were you there then?
No.
You came, okay. So you worked with, he came in what, 99, 98, late 98, early 99?
Kurt to where?
To the WWE.
Yeah, bro. He came right after I left. Okay. I left in like September 99. He came right after that.
Yeah, that's right. Because I think he went against he was feuding with Meat or something like that. For in the beginning, Stasiak or something like that. He came around Survivor Series time of 99, I think it was somewhere around there. Somewhere
Yeah.
around. So yeah, interesting question there. We got Wes Heel $5 super chat, bro. I watched the main event Mafia video you talked about last week, and Angle and Sting were amazing, and I wanted to watch them fight just off promos.
That was great stuff. It was great stuff.
Yes, indeed. Wes Hill looks like a sports anchor, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yes, he does.
This little avatar there, man. Did you ever watch did you go back and watch the Booker T spot when he's commentating his own beatdown?
No, I didn't get to watch it.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
I gotta watch it. Yeah.
Booker T's a bad man. Booker T's a bad man. He's like the main event Mafia is like doing some beatdown. I think it was for some odd reason. I think Creed. I think he was beating up Consequences Creed or Xavier Wood.
Yeah.
And then Eric Young. I think another person. He had a microphone, and this dude was just hilarious, man. How with working with Dixie Carter. I know working with Vince McMahon was a lot more kind of restricted in those types of thought abilities to do that stuff. Was it just a matter of just giving them kind of carte blanche at times to do stuff like that, as opposed to having to run through everything?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, bro. I gave them an outline, but I mean, those guys knew what they were doing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. And that was all him just commentating his own.
Oh yeah.
Man, that's genius, absolute genius. Tim Leinard, $4.99 super chat, bro. Do you guys see WWE going back to Charles Lee monthly for pay-per-views in the future, or do you think they will stick to the PLE model with the monthly price? What do you think, Vince?
I think they'll stay with the PLE model.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree. Yeah. All right, let's get into Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn defeating Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough by disqualification. That's because Balor and Priest comes and interferes. And then Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes, another melee. And then Adam Pearce, he gets really mad again. Enough. You want to play games? And there you go, Vince.
And bro, I do want to mention that I did watch SmackDown again. Can we put to rest now 2 weeks in a row now? Can we put the rest? It's not the better show, bro. Can we just put the rest? It's only the better show because it's an hour less. That's it, bro. What a horrible show. What a miserable show.
I put them over during the Bloodline because it was actually a story behind an episodic television. It felt like an episodic television show because there was a story behind it. But I was actually there on Friday, and so because
I was watching this show, and no offense, seriously, I swear to God, I was asking myself the question that I brought up here a couple of weeks ago: are there any Americans on this show? Seriously, like the first show was the Latino World Order, then it was somebody else. Then we had all the Japanese women at the end. I'm like, my God, bro, like, are there any American wrestlers on this show?
Maybe American wrestlers are don't even want to be in WWE.
I don't know, bro, but it's like, wow, bro. Like, yeah, because they had the Latino World Order, and then somebody else was in the second match. Do you remember?
I don't remember. I know Carlito.
Then Carlito had the match.
He had a match with Lashley.
And then all those Japanese women came out, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. It's crazy because I get free passes and stuff like that to go, and I don't. And it's funny. I go to I go to those wrestling shows to catch up with some friends, man. We usually get a bite to eat beforehand and just kind of hang out in the back of the front. We get floor seats, so we're kind of like in the back of the floor, just kind of hanging out in the area there and just clowning. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even pay attention to the product anymore, man. It was just, I was just there and playing. I was playing my game on my phone. Like, I was just not interested. I was bored, man, as far as the product is concerned. Yeah. And it felt like you said, it felt like Raw light. It's just like, It's just that type of feel of, yes, it's an hour late, it's an hour shorter, but at the same time, it's still not that episodic feel like.
Same show, bro.
Yeah.
Same show, man.
Adam Pearce cuts an in-ring. He's in the ring with Rhea Ripley. They go back and forth, and then interrupted by Zoe Stark. This had to be one of the most cringeworthy segments.
Oh, this was so flat, bro.
Yeah.
So flat, man.
Good athlete, but just a very dull character. What do you think they see in Zoe Stark that makes her in this prominent spot?
I don't think she's in a prominent spot at all, bro. I think they just need opponents for Rhea Ripley. Next month it'll be Shayna Baszler. I don't think they're
prominent spot because it's a big 4 pay-per-view and she's going for a title.
Yeah, but right after this, she's going to go right down to the middle of the pack, bro.
Yeah, she's not going to be a prominent spot after Survivor Series. But why do you think
why for Survivor Series?
Yeah, why for a Survivor Series? Why a singles match in a big 4 pay-per-view? If anything, the Crown Jewel match had more steam behind it because for weeks all the women were just kind of beating up each other. So the Crown Jewel match made sense for the most part. But then you do a battle royal, and you out of all of the names that could have happened, you could have had a face heel dynamic there to put over Rhea more strongly as a heel and have that face there. But then you pick Zoe Stark, who's just kind of there, hasn't even really got cheered, hasn't really got booed. She was supposed to turn on Trish, but that backfired, just like Shayna Baszler was supposed to turn on Ronda Rousey, and that backfired. It's just, what do they see in Zoe Stark that puts her in this prominent spot? I mean,
that's bro, NXT, man. Shawn and Triple H and NXT, man.
Wow. So you think at this point, Vince, they know that they're not reaching to the casuals? Have they conceded that that's not what their target goal is every week?
Bro, I would hope so. Otherwise, they're just totally clueless. And like I said, at the end of the day, bro, they don't know how to get the casuals. You could take all Shawn Michaels' titles and all Hunter's titles and put them all together, bro. That does not mean you have a clue about writing television. Not a clue, bro. Not a clue.
Coming from someone who wrote television, makes sense, man.
Yep.
We got Clip Saeed, $2 super chat, bro. You think WWE let Orton news leak on purpose? Looks like you just missed us. We were talking about that. I do think that they do that to answer your question, since you did the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Yes, I do think that they will let the news leak. I think for the sake of not having the Chicago fans be let down by CM Punk not coming, because he's not going to be there, to prevent the Chicago crowd from being let down. Although they'll probably still chant CM Punk just because, but they won't be let down and thinking he's the mystery guy, and they'll probably leak Orton next week. Matter of fact, he'll probably even come out. He'll probably come out on Raw, and then the babies will get the upper hand at the end. So I can see that happening. We got Shinsuke Nakamura cutting a video promo. He's eyeing somebody. He's being mysterious, Vince, eyeing someone, and then he has a match against Otis as if he's going to lose against Otis after cutting a video promo, bypassing Otis and having his eye on someone else.
See, bro, they do this all the time, man. The Nakamura promos were good when they were aimed at Seth, and now we're just going to run it into the ground.
Yeah,
that they do that all the time, bro. They do that all the time. They will run it into the ground until people get sick of it.
So if it's not Seth, and I mean, who's a prominent babyface now that could have a decent or even interesting feud with Shinsuke Nakamura
on that roster?
Goodness, who's there? Miz wouldn't work, because that wouldn't make sense if it's just Shinsuke and Miz, or if Shinsuke costs Miz the championship and just have some pointless feud with him. What other prominent baby faces you have? I mean, Drew's a heel now. Who else?
All those guys, Gargano,
Cody?
Ciampa are in the DUI now.
Yeah, the DUI.
You got the Beverly Brothers. They're a new tag team now.
Yeah, but they're attacked and they're not single. I mean, who's there? I mean, maybe Cody and Shinsuke.
Oh God, who would care about
Another
that?
filler feud.
Oh my God, bro.
Because they're probably going to put Cody in fillers until Mania season, man. So you've got another 2 months of Cody filler feuds. Because I can see them doing Shinsuke probably 1 month, and then Omos comes back and he has a feud with Cody Rhodes. Where the heck is Omos, man?
I have no idea, bro.
Gosh. I mean, someone like him just sitting on his butt. MVP sitting on, they're not bringing him in either. I mean, he was supposed to be a free agent and he's never Raw or SmackDown.
You could have probably got a Cody match out of MVP.
Yeah. I mean, he's. I think he posted on IG that he's been training hard again, man. So, yeah. I mean, although that wouldn't mean anything, but there you go. There's your feud. We get Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre backstage, and Drew shakes Seth Rollins' hand. Of course, we saw what that led to. Did you have any thoughts on this backstage segment?
Bro, this is high school stuff. Like this is high school play. Wait till we get to the one. Like, bro, that one with all those tag teams. Oh yeah, we'll get to that. God, bro. Like, how can you put your name on that and put that on TV, bro? Yeah. That was god awful. Then the two girls are talking. I don't even know Renee Dupree and Sam Malone. I don't even know their names, bro. I don't even know these people's names.
Maxine Dupree.
And who's the other one? You don't know her name.
I don't.
Okay, there you go, bro.
I know Maxine Dupree because she's there every week, and she's a nice lady too. I interviewed her during SummerSlam weekend. She's she's just there though. I mean, like
everybody's just there, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone in that scene was just there, bro. They're not doing a darn thing and there's 10 people in that scene. They're not doing anything with any of them.
Yeah. Ivy Nile. That's her name.
The other one, who?
Ivy Nile.
Ivy Nile.
Yeah, like the river.
Okay. That's going to be a future WWE Hall of Famer.
Ivy Nile. Yes. I remember them saying her name a couple of times before, but I just forgot it.
Future Hall of Famer.
There you go. Yeah, very nice. Ivy Nile. Speaking of more women's wrestlers, Tegan Nox defeating Piper Niven. They're giving Tegan Nox another shot at it. More promos to explain who she is because no one knows who she is. Again, it just seems like it's one of these NXT
added girl. It is, bro. And we beat to death Piper Niven and Chelsea Green because they're a tag team, so it won't hurt them. No. Just so you can keep beating them in individual matches. And it's like, who cares?
Right.
Yeah. Who cares?
So what does this lead to? Tegan Nox and Natalya?
Probably.
Are you happy that Natalya is getting something at least?
I guess, but she's just doing a job. She's just going to put somebody in NXT over and it ain't going to mean nothing.
Well, she may be tag champs with Tegan Nox though.
Yeah.
With, them beating Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Would you drop the women's tag titles?
Oh, they don't mean anything, bro. They don't mean anything, man.
Maybe just the spot filler and making someone feel important because
who are the tag team titles on SmackDown? The women.
There's none.
There's just one tag team title.
Yeah.
And where was Tinkus to Evers to Chance tonight? How come they weren't on this show?
Okay. What's the real names? I forgot. I don't remember.
Tinkus to Evers to Chance. That's their real name.
Your names, it confuses me sometimes. So. Okay. Katana Chance.
Where were they?
Case.
Casey Tinker.
No. Katana Chance. I know her name's Casey Catanzaro, but I don't remember her.
Casey Tinker to Evers to Chance.
There you go.
There you go. Bro. Where were they on the show tonight?
They weren't.
They're getting them over.
Maybe they were looking at our show and they're like, you know what? That's actually a good point. I think you probably do. Not no Nikki Cross either.
Oh, that's right. No Nikki Cross. She got a break for a week.
Yeah. I got tagged a few times this week on socials when she was in a comatose type of
on the plane.
On a plane, yeah. And Byron Saxton was right next to her.
Yeah.
So it's like, they already got the idea, and she's going around doing the stare. So she should make it a thing, though, man.
She should be funny, man.
It would be funny, yeah.
If I was her, I would just do it and film it myself.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. And put it on YouTube. Yeah. But it's the thing, man. She does that on YouTube. She starts getting revenue from YouTube. I mean, that's a way to, market yourself, man.
Absolutely right, man.
I'm a businessman. I think about business all the time. And I'm like, that would be a perfect way to market yourself.
Yeah.
On YouTube to get your own revenue on top, aside from what you're already making WWE. Now, do you think the WWE will come after her and try to get a cut of that?
Yeah, and she would literally be helping them and her character, and yes, they would still do that.
Wow. Yikes. Yep. We got Ludwig Kaiser defeating Tommaso Ciampa. On and on and on. Vince, what do you think?
They're still doing the thing with Gunther and Ciampa and Vinny Vici. They're still doing bro, they've been doing this for 5 years. Yeah. One guy's over, one guy's not in favor. That guy does something, he's in favor. Then this guy does something, and oh my God, bro. Talk about going nowhere.
Yeah.
Nowhere, bro.
Agreed, man. People were saying Nikki Cross was backstage during the Miz and Gunther segment.
Oh, they showed her?
Yeah, they said.
Oh, I missed it. Okay, I missed it.
I did too. Yeah, I did too. Yeah. Xia Li defeating Indy Hartwell, another weird knockout spot.
Yeah, so now see that's where they're stupid, bro. Because now you definitely know it's an angle.
Exactly.
The first time, there was, but now it's like, okay, bro. So she's gonna knock everybody out, and that's gonna get her over. How is that going to get her over, bro? That she knocks everybody out. How's that gonna work?
So she's gonna. So I guess her thing is to be intimidating toward Becky, because they're trying to. It seems like they're trying to build her up to the status of even, competing with Becky Lynch at this point. And so their idea is we're going to just have her knock out people with a kick. And that's going to be good enough to start a program with Becky Lynch, because Becky Lynch is main event level, and having a feud with Xia Li would seem like a demotion. But in our thoughts, in our logic, we're going to just have her knock out people to make it intimidating for Becky Lynch. And here's the thing, Vince. Why do we care about these segments? What's the goal? Who's getting over here? And why are they using the time? And they could be spending more time building up segments, building up characters that actually matter, because at the end of the day, Xia Li is just going to lose to Becky Lynch. And the fact that she's getting no reaction makes it even worse.
Chris, that's too hard. What you're talking about is too hard. It is too hard, bro, to sit there with a blank sheet of paper and write a story for every single wrestler. It's too hard, bro. We are getting so close, man, to Tony Khan territory of just booking matches.
Oh, we've already got there.
I mean that's it. I mean, that's it. That's the new wrestling, guys. In 2023, that's the new wrestling. Book fictitious matches.
Yeah.
That's and everything, every angle is in the ring. Every angle is all it's all wrestling related. That's the new wrestling, bro. And again, that's what, television viewers, they could care less. Bro, when Chris, you were at the show on SmackDown and you had those 6 women standing tall, Becky Lynch, Asuka, who can you name them? Ione Sky.
Yeah, it was a
Zyra, not Zyra Lee. There was 6 of them, I think.
It was 5. It was Bailey, Io Sky,
Dakota Cummings,
Dakota Kai, and
Asuka.
I already said her name.
And the new girl. Who's the new girl?
The new
Carrie Singh?
Yes,
Carrie Fisher?
Kyrie Singh.
Yeah. Does anybody care about any of those women whatsoever? And they're all standing tall with their arms raised. And I'm like, and I'm tuning in next week for this? Come on, bro.
It seems like, I mean, it's a hot shot way to make that the WarGames team for the females.
Please.
So that's what they're when I saw that, I said WarGames.
And who they gonna dust off and bring back on the other side for? Is what's her name coming back? Did Trish Stratus, is she now gonna come back and apologize? Is she gonna come apologize for everything she did? Is Lita gonna come back and they're gonna be on the same team and we're never gonna explain why she yeah. Oh, Madonna.
Be Bianca, Charlotte, Shotzi, and then 2 other female wrestlers. Trish and Lita. There you go.
Trish and
Lita. All right, we got RK4 $4.99 super chat, bro. What made the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s product entertaining and made fans? Were the creative writers Russo and wrestlers with charisma? Now we get none.
And you know what it is too, Chris? Let me point this out for RK4. Here's another thing too, bro. Looking at both of these shows, because I watched SmackDown this morning. So I watched both of these shows in one day. Chris, here's another huge part of the problem. And he pointed it out here, bro. There's way too many freaking people. Yeah. Like, sir, you can cut your WWE can cut their roster in half right now. There's way too many people. How are you supposed to care about, bro? How many football players on a on college football team?
So it's 11 on the field, and there's second and third string, so it could be like about 40.
40. And how much do you care about players 38, 39, and 40?
None.
Exactly. That's what you have on this show, bro. You've got too many freaking people on the show.
Yeah, I agree, man. And I was thinking, it's like someone like a Akira Tozawa. So it says most college teams limit themselves to between 60 and 70 active players with a very long.
Think about that. Think about how much you care about 67 through 70.
No. It usually caps a lot less than that because people are just kind of waiting on the shadows. So, yeah. And Division One allows a maximum of 85 scholarship players. Meanwhile, the Division One has a cap of 64, and Division Two is 36. So, yeah.
You and I.
So yeah, I mean,
we should ex Raju. We should get Raju's permission because we're talking about freaking nonsense here. We should get his permission. You and I next week. It's the same roster for both shows. It's a continuation, SmackDown to Raw, and we are going to do it with 25 talents. And who are those 28 talents, 25 talents going to be?
Yeah.
Should do that. We should do that. Raju, you should let us do that because that'll be more entertaining than this because we'll tell you who we're going to keep and who we're going to cut and why.
Yeah, I like that. I think it's a great idea. I was thinking of Vince, someone like an Akira Tozawa, for instance, and right now, they didn't have anything for him. So what they did was they had him join a mid-card group and him being in the group doesn't elevate the group whatsoever, and they're still losing weekly with him there. But I was thinking like a Louis Spicoli back in the NWO days. Like he was someone who was trying to be in Disco Inferno. Like both of them were like trying to make it to the NWO. And the NWO was an elite group, right? So you would have had lackeys or people trying to be a part of the NWO. So it makes sense for them to be there because it makes the NWO more prestigious that not everybody can be a part of it, right?
Right.
Although it did get flooded, but the concept was not everybody could be a part of the NWO. But when it comes to someone like a group like the Alpha Academy, you are recruiting someone who loses every week, no type of vetting process. Yep, just come on in. And he's not helping the group whatsoever. He's still losing. So why in the world are you using your dollars, your company dollars, to have someone like an Akira Tozawa in, and you're doing a horrible job making them feel relevant?
Bro, because you've booked everybody so horribly, you're paying 4 people in that group, and not one person is tuning in to see them. Has nothing to, I would have made Otis a huge star. He would have been selling merch out the yin yang. But because of the way they've booked these people, you got 4 people right there that do not bring you one viewer. Not one. 4.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. We got Cliffside with $2 super chat, bro.
No, I did. See, we missed it, bro. We missed it.
It's he said you saw the crazy ending to that Broncos Bills game. No, I didn't. Because
who went over?
Much.
Do we know?
I don't know.
Broncos were giving them a tough game, man.
Let's see. Let's find out. Broncos won by 2 points.
Denver went over. Wow, Denver's getting close to 500. They got off to a horrible start.
Yeah, they're same thing with Houston. Houston's 5-4 now, man.
Yeah, I think Denver's 4-5 now.
Yeah, they're 4-5, and Houston, man, with my boy CJ Stroud from Ohio State, he is absolutely balling right now. So they are in my division. Titans, they're in the same division as us, say AFC South, and I'm rooting for them, man. I'm rooting for Houston, although I'm a Titans fan. Titans suck this year, and they've got to get rid of Mike Vrabel, man. A 3-6 a season.
Wow, really? He was the toast of the town a couple years ago, bro. Great.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a Derrick Henry is still amazing running back, but his heart isn't in it because Tennessee's so bad. It's just it's a sad franchise in Tennessee, man. We got Young Reckless 199 super chat, bro. Russo, could this era challenge the Attitude Era?
Bro, come on, please. Bro, I told you. Here's the difference. They don't care. That's it. I cared. Ed cared. Vince cared.
Mm-hmm.
We all cared. No, they don't care today. They're booking matches. They don't care.
Because they're getting all
it's like a freaking manager, like just filling out a lineup card and not caring who's putting in the lineup. Like, seriously, that's what it is.
If they were still vying to be a $1 billion company like they were 20 years ago, do you think that the emphasis of the product would be a lot different?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Bro, there's nothing motivating them.
Right.
And that's what makes it a shame that AEW is so bad, because they could be the one motivating them. At the end of the day, guys like Triple H, guys like Vince, at the end of the day, they don't like losing. Yeah. So if they were put in a situation where they were losing, they wouldn't like that. And that's why AEW is so freaking disappointing.
Yeah, Tony Khan's it's a different mindset with Tony Khan. Tony Khan is like, when he's AEW to him, it's like his real life video game, right? And so like what he does is everybody has his own version of a creator wrestler, right? So he's creating Sting. He's that's all that's his creative wrestler in his real life video game. So what you do in video games, you just put matches together on cards all the time on video games. Now there's story modes and all that, but when it comes to just regular exhibition matches, you just put matches together in video games. And that's what Tony Khan does. He has the money to make these video games real life.
Yep.
And that's what we see every single week, man.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
We also have the Miz defeating Ivar, so he's getting some babyface.
Oh my God, bro. The way they were selling the Miz, like, oh my God, he's finally woken up after 10 years. Like, oh, we've never seen Miz hit that move. Oh my God, bro. Really, man? Really?
Seems very predictable.
Oh, so predictable, so forced again because of lack of anybody over. They don't have an opponent for Gunther.
Yep.
Oh my God, bro. Look at what they did to freaking LA Knight. He's in the match. He's in the freaking match with Roman Reigns. And the next week, who's he wrestling?
Oh gosh,
Grayson Wiener.
Grayson
Wiener, bro. Bro, did you see what they did with, bro? Let me tell you what they did with Grayson. I've never seen this happen. Heels are supposed to get heat, right, Chris?
Yes.
Okay. You were there. This is what they did with Grayson Wiener at the show. First of all, he's doing an in-ring with LA Knight. LA Knight punks him out, hits him with the microphone, okay? Then he has a match with LA Knight, and LA Knight goes over.
Yes.
But that's not enough. Then he comes back out, and the other guy, Steen, hits him with the stunner.
Yeah,
I never saw a heel in 5 minutes. Are you kidding me, bro?
Yep. Yep. And then he goes out, and I think they put the water on him or something like that.
Yeah.
And,
how are you ever going to get heat on a heel when you're doing that?
Agreed. Yeah. They're just bodies, man. They're just bodies. Yeah. We got Pete Baccio 199. Vince, this first week NFL game was bad as raw.
I mean, the score didn't look like a bad game, did it?
This is
24-22.
Yeah, 24-22. So I guess it was a pretty big ending. I'm gonna go check.
I know it was 15-15. I saw it at 15-15, so it was a fairly close game.
Speaking of Colorado, man, let's take a detour of what that Scully you got on, man. What's going on with your Buffaloes?
Bro, you know what it is, bro? They give everybody a good game.
Yeah.
But like they've lost 4 in a row now, and it's like, I mean, man, I feel bad for Dion's at every press conference after every tough loss, bro. Yeah. He's there and he's answering the questions. But I still think, though, bro, I don't know what people expected from them this year. I still think a lot of groundwork is being laid.
I hope so, man, because I'm really pulling for Dion. I think, he's an entertainer, man. So, he's going to hype it up. And as soon as they beat TCU, that was they weren't expecting that. And, end up getting ranked and so stuff like that. And the first ranking they've had in many years. Yeah. So, he was coming. They only won one game last year. So he already came in and did better than last year and making progress. But I do think with all the hype with Shador and Shiloh and, so all of the hype with that, I think that Dion kind of fed into it because he's prime time, so he feeds into the entertainment. So he was riding the wave, and now he's just kind of feeling a little bit humble.
But bro, it's like, like so many of those Pac-12 teams are ranked, though. I mean, they're playing ranked teams. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. There was a couple of games they should have won. I think it was a red flag when Colorado State took them down, to overtime. Like I saw that, I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Yep.
But I mean, it just seems like every week they're playing a ranked team, but they're in the games, but it just seems then they just make a big mistake or something,
Pac-12's tough this year for them to be splitting up. Next year, man, they left this year with a bang, man. I mean, USC is starting to trickle down. They've lost some steam, and they're out of the rankings now. But they were, solid for a while. Of course, you've got Oregon State, you've got Oregon, you've got Washington.
Yeah, Utah's not bad either.
Utah's still solid. They lost, but they're still solid. Arizona's in the college football playoff rankings now. You know what I mean? So a 6-3 solid Arizona team representing the Pac-12 in the rankings now. So they're doing some things, man. We got to give it up to them for their last year. So Colorado's going back to the Big 12 next year, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. We got Imperium Ludwig Kaiser approached by Indus Shear. How about that?
Yeah, there we go, bro. I said this on this show months ago. I said Imperium and Indus Shear. I said that months ago, bro.
You did.
Yes.
So where do
I
we go
like
here?
those guys. I mean, those guys look like they could beat people up. That's what I don't understand, bro. Yeah. You got Ciampa and Gargano that look like they can't beat anybody up. Yeah. And then you got these guys that look like they could kill people and they're sitting at home.
Yeah, I'm just not interested in just two heel teams just with no angle or no story.
Oh, I'm not interested in anything with no angle.
Yeah. Just give me an angle. Put fans behind it, to root somebody.
I mean, bro, if you had the right angle and the right story, you wouldn't want to see Gunther and Jinder. I would want to see that in a heartbeat with the right story behind it.
Not for matches' sake. No, I don't like matches for matches' sake. This whole dream match.
No, but I'm saying with the story behind it is what I'm saying.
With the story behind it, I'd be interested in seeing any match. I mean, that's
me too, bro.
Give me a good story. Give me a good story. Let's see here. We got Young Reckless 199. Russo hired. How would you make WWE better?
Oh, again, everybody asks me that question all the time. Of course, it will never happen. Of course, I'm done and finished with it and whatnot. But I always say the one thing I would do is, bro, both of these companies, it's like there's a wrestling world inside the arena and the world outside does not exist. That's what it's like. Every week, these people gather to wrestle and nothing else is going on. So the answer is I would make everything much more realistic.
All right. Clip Saeed, $5. There's 9 weeks between the Survivor Series and a Rumble. Are they really about to coast for 2 months?
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes.
Especially when December is typically one of the most down months for wrestling. It's just kind of finishing up the year, setting up for Rumble season, because like that year, it's usually not a lot of going on every year. And so, there's been a couple of things, a title unification match between Orton and Cena, I think it was, to unify the titles. They were trying to make some big stuff because December is usually that down month. And so they would try to make big matches, but it just didn't. It just feels like they should be off. It feels kind of like an off.
I got to tell you, we never, ever looked at December like that. We never, ever looked at the summer like that. We never, ever looked like, oh, well, it's a downtime now. Never, bro. Never.
Yeah, they're definitely booking it, like that, when it comes to December pay-per-views. And they've been doing that for years, man. It just doesn't feel like it just kind of feels filler. A lot of the December pay-per-views feels filler. All right, we got here's your favorite spot, the tag team spot.
What do you mean?
The locker room tag team spot. It's your favorite, right?
Well, are you talking about now with the girls or the guys?
The guys.
They both sucked.
The guys.
Bro. This was sixth grade. I remember, bro, in sixth grade, we did the show, The Brave Little Tailor, and I was Brother Giant. And I'll tell you right now, that performance was better than what I saw in this locker room. This was ridiculous, bro. And bro, look at, and you're gonna tell me, bro, this is a kiddie show, bro. This is on about 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
10:30 at night.
What do you think it's for the purpose of doing like a gauntlet or something like that? A Survivor Series tag team gauntlet match?
Probably.
I think that's
probably, bro.
Yeah. Like who's Judgment Day's champs? So they'll probably do like a number one contenders tag team gauntlet at Survivor Series, trying to give them all spots. Yeah. We got then we got the main. Finn Balor and Damian Priest defeating Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Drew McIntyre, they shoot to Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre's outside the ring. Claymore's Jey Uso while he's outside the ring. There's your he walks away, and they're booking it. They're plugging this as Jey Uso still. I mean, Drew McIntyre still has issues with the bloodline, cost him the championship. So that's how they were promoting the reason why he did it, until he gets to the top of the aisle. Rhea Ripley comes out. They look at each other. Rhea Ripley extends her hand. Drew McIntyre shakes it, and then it rolls to credits.
Yeah. Hey, at least they're giving you some kind of a cliffhanger.
And that's what I thought. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
You never, ever get.
Yeah, that's precisely what I thought. I'm like, I said before, man, I still stand by it. I don't see much direction going on with this as far as Drew making a heel turn. I'm just not a big fan. I don't see where it's going to go. I mean, I'm willing to give it some time. I'm willing to give it a chance to see where it goes, but I don't really hold my breath or put a lot of stock in turns or angles or stuff like that when it comes to WWE writing. It's just because a lot of times this just leads to the same thing over and over every single week, and it just ad nauseum. They beat something to death, and there's no angle with it. I mean, is this some type of like addition or some type of life injected into the Judgment Day storyline, or is it just because Drew can't stand Jay so much because of helping the bloodline costing him his title, that he's willing to side with the Judgment Day because he hates Jay so much?
Yeah.
And so if he does that, if it's just, he's just siding with the Judgment Day, then that means that he's not going to be a part of the Judgment Day. He's just being used as their partner for WarGames. Then what happens to Drew after that, in your opinion?
Nakamura.
So heel Drew versus heel Nakamura. Sign me up, man. Sign me up.
Bro, who knows? Like, trying to figure out what they're gonna do is like, it's like, give me a break. And there's no rhyme or reason for freaking any of it, you know.
Yeah.
What the rhyme or reason is most of the time is somebody needs an opponent. We're gonna turn Miz baby face.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what it is, bro. Nobody has an opponent. Okay, Roman doesn't have an opponent. Put LA Knight in there for a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just all this filler. Let's turn Nakamura heel because Seth needs an opponent.
Exactly.
Let's turn Miz face because Gunther needs an opponent.
Exactly, man. Yep.
We got Rollin back to back. 199 says, please read next chat. Thoughts on Lynch and NXT. And then he comes with the boom. 1999. Becky Lynch won the NXT title on 9/12. Garnered 850,000 viewers. Next week, 9/19, ratings went down to 824K. Next week, 9/26, ratings plummet to 636K. 10/3 up to 857K. 10/10 up to 921K. 10/17 plummet to 798K. 10/24 down to 787K. Title run ends. So, based on those numbers, what are your overall thoughts of Becky Lynch and NXT?
See, bro, now if that's me and I'm looking at these numbers that Roland gave us, okay, I am gonna be, Chris, hell bent on going over 1 million. Whatever it takes, man. I'm gonna break that. They're looking at these numbers because I don't really follow NXT, but my God, bro, 921K.
Yeah.
You're that close, bro.
Yep.
You're that close. I am definitely getting that over 1 million viewers.
That's not a huge gap from Raw's numbers. You know,
that's what I'm saying, bro. My God, you're right there with 921, bro. And that's the thing, bro. If you know the numbers for the 1010 show come in and I'm working on the next show, and I know we did, now it's going to be, you know what, to the wall, the wall, bro. We're getting over the hump this week.
And they're consistent too, 850, 824, 857, you know, 798. So, you know, consistent views. So, you know, seemingly Becky Lynch did bring some numbers, you know, to NXT. So you know, good for her, man. That's good. So do you think they should have kept the title on her more? Because, you know, who the heck wants to see Becky Lynch versus Xia Li? You know, for no title.
Yeah.
There's nothing for Xia Li. I think she's going to go for the championship next week, they said. So, I mean, heck, you know, Xia Li, have her win the title and, you know, have Becky chase it or something, you know what I mean? So something that gives us more, you know, type of incentive to watch NXT. Otherwise, why watch?
I swear to you, if the game is, bro, we've got to find opponents for people. Okay, if that's the game. Bro, I swear, if it's me, I'm making a side deal with Impact Wrestling. But give me Mickie James for a month. Give me Bubba Ray for a month, bro. These NXT people are not over, bro. They're never going to get over, and that's why you got to turn Miz heel, and that's why you're reaching so low in the bottom of the barrel, bro, and just throwing names out there. Bro, make a side deal with them. There are established wrestlers over at Impact Wrestling, bro. Bro, give us one of your guys for a month, and we'll give you, you know, somebody on our roster that's not, you know, pulling their weight. I mean, my God, that would be more freaking interesting. You don't think I would rather see, you would rather see Xia Li and Becky Lynch rather than Mickie James and Becky Lynch? I wouldn't.
No. Yeah.
God, bro, seriously, if your problem is you can't get anybody over, then bring in people that are over for a month.
Yeah. Too much pride to do that, man. Too much pride.
Bro, seriously. It's like, give me a break.
Yeah.
That's why they're doing the whole thing, bro. That's why they brought Jinder's gang back.
Yeah.
Jinder is going to be an opponent for Gunther.
Yeah. And they'll just in and out again. Cliffside, $2. 1010 show was the packed NXT. Okay, so that was the one with Taker and Cena and all those people. So that was the one that reached 921. So how do you continue to keep that momentum, knowing that those, you know, packed, you know, that packed show won't happen every week, Vince?
Man, bro, when you have access to those guys and they are there, whether it's a week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, the time that they're there, it has to be impactful to the other members of that roster. It has to be impactful. Like I said, bro, I said it back then. That show ended with Taker choke slamming Braun Breaker. Really, bro? Like that's not going to help, because now when Taker goes away, he got to take a rub by being choke slammed.
Yeah. It just goes to show how drastically there is a gap between NXT talent and WWE talent, like WWE main roster talent. You know what I mean? Like it's such a huge gap. It's like embarrassing for you to bring Taker, you know, the Undertaker back, John Cena just to be with, I think he was with Carmelo Hayes, if I'm not mistaken. You're bringing Cody as a one-time, you know, general manager. Like, you're needing to bring these main roster talent to bump up numbers.
Right.
And it doesn't really help the product. It just shows that the product is devoid of star power and it shows that more people would watch when these stars would be on the show, and then they plummet again. So it just that didn't really help the show. If anything, it showed that people just aren't over, like they want them to be. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap it up. That is this episode of the Legion of Raw. Let the listeners know about all things Vince Russo.
Guys, just please go to Russo's with an S, russosbrand.com. We got so many shows. We got a Patreon, bro. We've got content galore every day of the week.
Nice. Good deal. This guy right here is Vince Russo. I am Dr. Chris. This is the Legion of Raw. Have a good night, buddy. Solo.